So finally, after much delay, we are finally back on the quest to fill our Layton Trophy Cabin by the end of 2024. So we're basically down to our last 2 months, and also down to the last 2 plaques and platforms that we need to fill. We still, of course, need our coyote, and we still need the wild boar. So depending on what happens today, we may hunt both maps. We're going to start, though, with Layton Lakes and try to fill this spot here. It's the only thing that we don't at least have a placeholder of. We've had 2 troll wild boars in the past, so I feel better about getting that one done. And hopefully we can luck into some kind of trophy coyote today. Are you actually kidding me? That, I think, is a guaranteed troll, but the first thing we're going to find out here is a level 5 blacktail. Now, we've got the 270 huntsman. Because I'm fairly confident that's a troll, we might go for this. That's just not going to hit, though. Now that's interesting, the host of the server just left. Therefore we have host and can actually change it right to coyote drink time. We joined the server because it's about 1800 and coyotes drink fairly soon, but gotta go and take care of that first. Well, in the meantime, got our first coyote of the hunt here. The one problem is, we are now pretty far away. Oh, just a little high there, lost our breath. We're now pretty far away from the level 5 blacktail, which the worst part is, pretty sure 178 is diamond, so he's got no chance of being a diamond anyway, or maybe it's 177, but regardless, I still figure we should go and get it. But I had a warning call, figured we'd come and check that out. Unfortunately, got him a little far back, and then maybe even above the vertebrae. That last shot was high. So high doesn't even show on the thing. Okay, well, he would have been a silver. Forgot about that. Would have been a silver regardless. And now we go and try to solve this mystery. I mean, this is actually stupid. There's a piebald blacktail doe. I reset the time because I can't find that level 5 buck. Got the wrong scope on the gun now. See if we can maybe get her. Where'd she go? Was that it? I think so. Little bit of broadside opportunity in here somewhere. That ought to work with the 270. Well, we're, 1 level 5 and 1 piebald into this, and we're supposed to be resting to coyote drink time, but chasing the 5 and not being able to find it did allow us to get a rare, so we'll definitely take that. And now the hope is, because no doubt we ran that buck all around and he probably was nervous, hopefully resetting the time will allow him to get back into his zone. So I don't think we're going to tax this. I do like piebald blacktail. The pattern looks really, really good, but the buck when we initially spooked him would have been standing like somewhere in there. If we approach from this side, by the way, the only reason we even came past this lake was to approach from the other side. Hopefully we don't spook him, but again, I think it's a troll, so it actually kind of worked out for the better. That would be him. Jeez, he's alarmed again. And what's he? Yeah, he's up to 173, so I'm pretty sure there's no chance. Down to alert. And down on the ground finally, and you know, had that been one that I thought could make diamond, or even if the goal of the hunt was just to get some trophy blacktail, I wouldn't have reset the time. I do find it far more rewarding to just chase them and kind of solve that puzzle of figuring out where the tracks lead and all that kind of stuff. But today, when that certainly seems to be a troll, and we have another goal in mind, much happier to just get him down, and then we can move on to try to get coyotes. So let's see if diamond indeed is somewhere in the 177, 178 range. That guy's a gold, he was top of his estimate, and diamond's 177.58. So we got the hard shot on a level 5 blacktail and killed a piebald for our efforts. And now, maybe we can actually chase coyotes. Well, that's a decent start, level 7. 240 to 270 meters, that's going to be an awkward distance, so I think we're going to back up. We have the 22-250. I say if we can get to like 280, zeroing for 300 should be fine. And of course, we have the new night vision scope. And this has been something I've very much been looking forward to. Just being able to get those kinds of shots and being able to actually see what we're doing. And, you know, just chasing that level 5 blacktail earlier and stuff, the fog, finally it did quit raining, so that's going to help. It's just tough to see out here. And being able to get a good clear picture at 300 meters on a little target, I do think that's going to make our lives a lot easier trying to get one of our last 2 missing species. So first decent one down. A 53.11 score, actually nearly into the max weight range, almost 24 kilo. Shot was on target for the heart and just stopped shy. Honestly, probably a good reason to bring the 243 or something like that, but I wanted to switch it up. We have the 270. Figured we'd at least bring something a little bit newer. And here we go again. A max estimate coyote track. Fairly confident they will have just spooked because there was a warning call over here. There's a run track. This should be his. Would love to see a rare, but no such luck on that. Would just pretty well confirm we could be done with this without even needing to see him, but could still be a 9, and that's what we're going to cross our fingers for, because wind sucks, but one good thing, unlike the blacktail, we can just run these guys down, and if we shoot better than earlier, get them with no problem. Oh, well, that just isn't what I wanted to see. A level 7, unfortunately for him, but at least it was quick. Did that miss? Not quite as quick now, and here's our problem. We gotta reload. I don't know if we're gonna be able to still see him up there. I mean, we can re-spot him. Just need him to slow up for a second. That'll work. I really didn't want another blacktail situation, because we would have tracked it down and gotten it just so we didn't stumble into that max weight track again. Somehow that was a hard shot, no issue there for the 22-250. But that just worked out really well at he turned. So, gonna get back on track here, heading up through this area of Willowpeg. It's worked for us in the past since we've kind of started the hunt for coyotes and tried out their drink time, so hopefully there's more big ones where that came from. Oh my goodness. I think that was the one with the 7 that we just killed. We literally have what we need. All we have to do is go get him. Oh my god. We almost just... Oh, that would have been so dumb. And we'd have never known, obviously, but we almost just ran right past exactly what we need. A melanistic coyote. He's not big. He's 18 to 21 kilo. Don't care. If we can get a melanistic coyote in that spot in our Layton Trophy Cabin, I will be thrilled. Can't be that far, but obviously we shot the 7. So he probably heard that and spooked a little further. I would think that's him, and I mean, I'm more than happy to spook him and do exactly what we just did. But if we can get him standing still and not have to worry about trying to shoot one on the run, that would be a whole lot easier. So, gotta be, I mean, there's his tracks down in there. Oh, he's coming this way. I just heard a footstep. He's right there. Level 4, you can see, even in the night vision scope, you can see that melanistic coat. Soon as he kind of turns back this way, gonna try to get this shot. That is so cool. We've never had a melanistic male coyote, actually. He's back to nervous. I don't even think he knows what he's doing. There we go. That's gonna bring him down. And there is 1 species remaining for the Layton Trophy Cabin. I can't believe that just happened. Melanistic male coyote. He's not very big, but he's gonna look awesome in that lodge. That is so cool. And the mere fact that we... I hate how it does that. The mere fact that we almost, you know, could have seen him and then tracked the wrong coyote is insane. 43.56. Oh, the white patch on the chest. I don't even think I knew they had that. That's sweet. And you'll see that quite often on melanistic, or even if it's just like a black coat coyote in real life. They've got that white patch on the chest. That is sweet. Heart and left lung shot at 45 meters. Didn't have to shoot him on the run, which really is preferable. And there's 1 to go. And hey, I said, you know, depending on how things went today, we might jump to Hirschfeld and chase wild boar. I think that's what we're about to do. Good deal. Make sure I taxed that. We did. And off to Hirschfelden, I guess we'll go. So we found our way into a Hirschfelden server. Unfortunately, none nearly as close to wild boar drink time as we were able to get to for coyote drink time, but we have had pretty good success with wild boar just right around evening, so not too far do we get into that area for this server. And as soon as this guy will lay back down, that's going to be iffy, but we'll try it. Try to sneak that shot under the skull, but still into the neck, but it is currently about 1530. We'll run around, maybe see if we can stumble into any kind of heavy wild boar tracks to kind of give us a direction until hopefully we can catch them in their feed zones. And maybe in the meantime we can find something else too. Now as for this guy, the question is, did we avoid the skull? Oh, we just still got it. So unfortunately a silver, but not a huge deal, just a 199 score anyway. Not a bad job from the 270. I'm not even sure that was possible looking at it. I think we'd have just hit skull no matter what, but anyway, let's go ahead. Gonna go maybe up through like the cornfields. We go around the outer edge because boars will be resting right now. try to stumble into something. So we do have a decent level 3 wild boar here, just like 50 meters in front of us. I don't know how we did that, but okay. Here's the thing though. We got host again. Like, if there was a checklist of things we needed to have happen today, everyone has been checked off. And I just, sometimes I guess things work out. So we will go ahead and take our level 3 and also solve this mystery. Double lung, liver, and stomach with the 270 at that range, apparently enough to drop a wild boar. So just a little silver, but might as well make it wild boar drink time, and maybe that'll work out in our favor as well. I mean, that's a decent boar, but it is out there 300 meters away. And you know, initially when we did this, grabbing the 270, having to shoot wild boar at 300 meters was not even a consideration. Just want to make sure, because I think there's a couple more there we hadn't seen. That 4 does seem to be the best one. And that is... okay, just warp, but that's good. Oh, I forgot they do this. So actually, is he gonna float over here? I think he is. I was gonna say it might be a good thing, because they're not gonna flee if they're basically in the water. And it might even be the case that if they're next to the water, they kind of freeze, but I'm not entirely sure. Is he... I think he's on the shore, so that's fine. So a lengthy run, but I mean, he was standing in water. Just wasn't quite deep enough to end up floating over there. So 116 scoring gold. Got him in the right lung at 312 meters. Maybe that's a good sign. And just finding the best places to hunt wild boar in their drink time, that's something that we're still kind of working on. But going back to our coyote, it was a bunch of hunts, you know, over the course of several months where we kind of honed in on that area up by Willowpeg, and that's exactly where we got our Mela. So even if it's not today, if we kind of keep on learning, eventually we'll narrow down to the best spots. Well, there's our first max weight estimate pig. Almost didn't even see that one. Only up to 130, so probably a lower weight, but whole bunch of little ones over here, like level 2 males, stuff like that. That looks just a little bit better, and I will be curious when we take this shot, is he going to end up freezing in place? So we got the angler night vision scope now. That should find its mark, and yeah, I guess we're not going to track any wild boars today, because if they're drinking, for some reason they just don't move. But making progress, finding spots that are working for us. 118 score for him, so he's a pretty low, actually a kilo and almost 2 kilo heavier than the minimum for max weight range, but double lung and stomach on that. It is almost 2 a.m., and I probably should say, I do think, like along this river here, probably up through there, there probably are a lot of boar drink zones. The problem with that is, the rivers and creeks here in Hirschfelden are so brushy. I think what's going to happen is we're going to spook most of the boar and not see them. I want to try to focus on the lakes. We'll see if that's a viable strategy. For now, it's kind of working out. One thing's for sure, this spot where we had all kinds of bison luck, also really good for wild boar. There's a decent level 4 there. Want to make sure we spot every one here. Don't think there's anything better than that. Got a 3 back in there, but that guy's the highest one we see. And probably in this case going to need to alert him with the 22. And I'm really not sure what's going to happen. Maybe the fact that he's alert and not drinking could actually mean he'll run off, but spot some other things while we're waiting. There was maybe a tiny window to get that shot, but I'd rather, you know, with the 270, not end up making some kind of bad shot. So everything's moving. He's, I mean, maybe broadside enough? Gonna find out, I suppose. And yeah, no problem there with him running. Looks like we got in the lungs, but it's just when they're specifically drinking. So what we'll do is sit here and just spot this entire bunch of boar as they go, make sure there wasn't anything we missed, and then we'll head over and grab that guy. And just one of those spots to add to the memory bank. Another, they've all been the same size, 116.57 for him. No problem getting in the left lung. I've actually been quite impressed with the 270 today. And this is what we're going to try to do. Like, these lakes down here can be good. Going to try to get to, like, here, 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 and here. And probably, even if we get to all those, it'll be a stretch. But I'd imagine that's all wild boar drink time we're going to get to. Well, that's kind of cool. I actually haven't seen a boar go aggressive without being shot in a long time. If we had the time for it, we would kind of let this play out and see what she'd do. I imagine just kind of walk towards us and then eventually run at us, but we don't have the time, so we'll be taking that, and we'll be heading to our next lake. More level 3s here, and by the way, we might be at a 2 out of 3 lake type situation here because, especially if we shoot one of these, we're going to be really up against it to get to that final spot. But obviously he's going to freeze in place, so at least we don't have to track him. It's nearly 3:30. Maybe though we fast travel here, get up there, at least we can check tracks. So now we're really going to be up against it, but another gold 104 score for that level 3. And we are at 325. Gonna go ahead and fast travel up here. Maybe we can somehow catch him leaving. Well, we got tracks here, but no sign of anything big. Gonna try to check all the disturbed veg on our way through just in case, because it's already worked once today. But we've got a decent road here down there. I think we'll try to get that with the 22-250. And then it'll probably be time to go ahead and bring our melanistic coyote back to the trophy lodge. And I feel quite good about where we're at for wild boar now. A lot of these spots we were able to see a bunch of boar in a short period of time. And if we can just have the type of luck we had today on Layton, just that one track, that one maybe spotting in the distance, whatever it could be, the fact that we've basically got 2 full months to get that final animal for the Layton Trophy Cabin, I really like our odds of making our goal of having it done by the end of the year. So one final kill, our 66 or 8 scoring road here, I can't tell. Could be either one. Looks like 68.03, so not too bad. And let's take that melanistic coyote, our first ever mela male, back to the trophy lodge. And I gotta say, I did not expect to be putting a melanistic coyote up here in this spot. That's gonna look awesome opposite that diamond red fox, dude. That was one of our first things, funny enough. Melanistic coyote. Put this, oh, that just looks, I mean, it's way better than actually in the harvest screen. Just a really cool look. The only shame of it is all the way like back here at the edge of the lodge, but I think we'll do something like that. Having a hard time getting through here, but shows off that chest patch pretty well. Actually got some white fur around the snout as well. Just a really cool looking animal, and now officially, like technically the entire lodge is full. We have this troll wild boar here that, man, it's gone back more than a year since we shot that. We gotta get some kind of trophy here though, and we'll be officially completed by the end of the year. And one final thing, by the way, the last 2 hunts, it kind of seems like that bug is back where trying to enter your trophy lodge after being in a multiplayer game causes a crash. I've had it the last 2 times and relaunching the game works just fine. So if you're crashing when you go into your trophy lodge after multiplayer, seems to be okay if you just start the game over. I figured I'd put that out there since I've been seeing it. And I think on that note, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.